Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.
Hold on to your butts.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Basement Monsters Game Day Podcast. I'm Ivan Vargas. That's Luke Nettles right next to me, and it's a good game so far. Good game so far at the half. 10-9, the Denver Broncos lead the Kansas City Chiefs. And, man, I thought the Broncos, they missed an opportunity there. They can't do that. They cannot do that. They cannot miss out on points while allowing the Kansas City Chiefs, although it was a field goal, although their defense is looking great, score points. 3 points, 6 points, regardless. They can't allow them to score points, and they let them do that at the end of the half.
Yeah, I mean, the only good thing that they really have on their side right now is that run game. They're starting to gash this Kansas City defense. Like I was talking to the guys out here, I was, if I'm any team in the NFL that has any kind of speed receiver or whatever, I'm going at Sorensen all day long.
All day long.
I don't think that guy's cut out for it. I think he's the weakest link on that defense, and I feel like they need to exploit that. But I mean, don't abandon the run to do it. Go ahead and keep running like you're doing. But then, like I said, you got to start taking shots at that guy, whether it be with Judy, Fant, whoever, Patrick. It doesn't matter. Somebody, you need to start putting some pressure on Sorensen because I guarantee you, you'll profit.
If you're the Chiefs, you need to start running the football.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill has one carry for 30 yards. It was an end around. You have Le'Veon Bell, who you traded for. 7 carries, 21 yards. I think Denver's in this game because they're able to get off the field quickly, which is a shock. Who's able to say that? Who's able to say that they've been able to get off the field quickly with the Kansas City Chiefs? Not a whole lot of teams.
Right. So
they've been doing that. That's a good thing. And I think if Kansas City puts a little more focus on the running attack, they could wear down that defense in front of the Denver Broncos and maybe hit Tyreek over the top. Speaking of Tyreek Hill. Speaking of this, first of all, the Chiefs should be up. The Chiefs should be up in this game. I don't know what kind of rabbit's foot is shoved up Andy Reid's ass, but I swear the Chiefs make some of the most miraculous plays I've ever seen. There was a play in that first half. Patrick Mahomes goes deep downfield. A.J. Bouye got beat by Tyreek Hill, and he's running butt-ass naked free in the middle of the field. The ball's a little bit, Tyreek's a smaller guy, so the ball's a little bit high, and he makes like an awkward jump, catches him on his outside shoulder. The ball bounces in the air. Bouye comes in late, makes a tackle. As they go to the ground, the ball is still in the air, and I don't know how in the hell this happened, but like a glove, just falls right back into Tyreek Hill's hands. As he's on the ground. I don't know how to explain it. If you haven't seen it, go look at that replay. The most unbelievable catch I've ever seen in my life, and it doesn't count.
It was so unbelievable, even Tyreek didn't believe it.
No, he didn't. He had no clue.
He just got up like, damn, I'll get it next time.
Oh, my God.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, usually that goes Kansas City's way, and that just threw me for a little. I was like, I looked at it my eyes did not leave the screen as they were playing the replay. I don't understand how in the world you don't just, if you're Andy Reid, you don't just say, here you go, just toss it for shits and gigs. Why didn't anybody up in the booth for Kansas City?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's another credit to Denver, too, because Denver hurried their ass out to that line and kicked that ball quick.
Oh, yeah, real quick.
There wasn't a lot of time wasted in between there. They lined up to kick pretty damn fast after that. So, it's – or Kansas City did. I don't get it, but yeah, you would think that there, especially something like that, where you would at least want to see, something on the jumbotron to say, well, hey, maybe I should throw that flag. I mean, at least wait till you see the replay up there.
Well, yeah, and I think you're absolutely right. You have to wait a little, at least call the timeout. If you were, if you had a question, and it was weird because he came up to Tyreek after the fact and was like, well, what the hell? I'm like, well, Andy. Call the timeout.
Right.
You have the power.
Right. You're the coach. You're the
head coach. Why didn't you call the timeout there and say, hey, what the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did he make the catch or not? Did the ball hit the ground? No.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Here's a red flag. You're not going to lose another timeout.
Right.
So, it is what it is. I think the Denver Broncos are lucky to have a 1-point lead in this game, and if they don't, focus on that, focus on, hey, we cannot just give things to the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're in good shape. Melvin Gordon has over 100 yards in the first half, which is, that's great for him. How far he's come after that knee injury in San Diego. Were they San Diego then? Regardless, the Chargers. It's good to see him running well. It's good to see him running, and they're using him like 9 carries, 105 yards, 11.7 a pop. I'm sure that the average is going to drop, of course. And then you have Lindsey complimenting him with 9 carries, 21 yards. Keep that up. Drew Lock is 9 of 15, 88 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Keep that up. Don't let Drew Lock be the player that has to win you the game. Let it be the entire team.
Yeah, he needs to get a couple more receivers involved, because if everybody starts keying in on Fant and that's your only guy that you're throwing to, they got lucky with Patrick catching that touchdown earlier. But other than that, he's basically, most of his throws have been to Fant. So he needs to, I don't know if it's just if Drew Lock just doesn't feel the chemistry with him, or is Jerry Jeudy a horrible route runner and he just can't get open, or what it is, but he needs to tap into that. Him or Patrick, just got to be somebody else other than, because it can't always be, Lindsey or Gordon out of the backfield or Fant. Like you have to get more people involved in this offense. And I'm telling you, it needs to be on that any side that Sorensen's on. That's who you need to throw to.
Yeah, and you know what? If you're Denver, don't fall into that trap where you gotta feel like you have to attack. Make sure you just continue to play defense. Get off the field like you've been doing.
Stick to the game plan.
Keep them to 3. Look, the Chiefs have been in the red zone their past two drives, I believe, and come up with 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
That shit doesn't. I haven't heard that in a long time. Like, honestly, you haven't seen a sequence like that maybe since what?
They played the Raiders.
Pre-Mahomes?
No,
maybe the Raiders. Maybe the Raiders. Yeah, you're right. Maybe the Raiders. I have to go back. You have to go back and look at it, which I'm not going to. But maybe the Raiders. Maybe they had something similar against the Raiders. But nonetheless, that's not Kansas City Chiefs football. Usually they punch that in the end zone.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like I said, I think if Denver could get some more people involved, keep that run attack going, I think NFL in Las Vegas is going to reward them with a win, and that's going to be a thank you for showing up to at least play a game we didn't have to cancel last week. Even though you looked atrocious, here's a win against the Chiefs. Be happy.
It could happen that way.
But yeah,
you had another game that I wanted to go ahead and right before we finish. If you got anything more on the Chiefs?
No, like I said, Chiefs. We all know what the Chiefs are going to do. They're going to continue to do what they need to do. Like I said, it's basically Denver's adjustments that need to take place. Keep the run, but they have to get somebody going on the opposite side of the field of Fant. And like I said, they got to start taking shots at Sorensen, because he's going to buckle.
Yeah, and I wanted to wrap things up. I really want to just tie everything together. And that last game, the game before this, that we were calling Rams and Cardinals. Rams ended up winning that game 38-28, a pick 6 at the end for Kyler Murray. And they had came all the way back. It looked like they weren't going to, it looked like they were going to get run out of the building for a second. Then they came all the way back and they hung. You got to give the Cardinals credit. They are a good football team. Mm-hmm. But man, Kyler, that is not the way you want to go out, especially when you got that gift on the other end, from the punt returner of the Rams. Yeah, it's just it was a hard loss, I'm sure, for Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. But hey, give credit to the Rams. They are flying high. No pun intended. They're flying high, and they lead the West right now. The Seahawks lost to the New York Football Giants, and the Rams are on top. The Rams are on top of the West. And I told you earlier, I was like, man, I think the Rams could win the Super Bowl. They're playing perfect complementary football right now, and they really are looking good.
Yeah, top to bottom, front to back, side to side. It's the defense looks great. Goff they're not putting too much on Goff's shoulders. Every week it seems like it's a different running back. Higbee got involved big time today. So I mean, yeah, these Rams, and the more they win, they're a little bit more confidence creeps in, every week. So, and they're, it's always nice to have tough games throughout the season, because then when you get to the playoffs, you can kind of rely on that resiliency that you guys have, because some teams they crumble when they haven't had that kind of game throughout the season, where they've really had to go get in a dogfight and had to pull one out. They get kind of gun shy, or the play call goes to crap or whatever it may be. So. The I mean, yeah, I think the Rams look. I don't see it at this point. I don't see why they couldn't get there. I mean, I don't. I mean, maybe that'd be a great game. Maybe another Rams Saints game without a horrendous pass interference call for the NFC Championship. I don't know. I mean, but right now I wouldn't put it past them.
Man, hopefully not. Hopefully not. But I could see the Rams in the title game. I can see the Rams in the title game. They're built for the playoffs. They're built for the playoffs. Strong running game, quarterback that's, as of right now, is doing a great job at protecting the football, not trying to do too much.
Staying efficient.
And you got a coach that is willing to adjust to his player's skill set. And that's, honestly, I really believe the Rams have a making for a title run. I want to go ahead and give you my Super Bowl picks, my redo Super Bowl picks, and honestly, you're gonna be shocked. I'm gonna go with the Rams. Then I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills. And I'm gonna tell you why. I think the Buffalo Bills are gonna luck into a situation where they're gonna catch somebody at the bottom of the AFC where it just fits for them. They're going to catch somebody that's on a down slope, and it's just going to fit for them. And then they're going to get on the run, because they can do that. They have the weapons to do that. I think they're going to get on the run. The defense has been playing decent enough for them, to stay in the games. It's just, can you muster up enough on the ground when you need to? I want to compare that to like when we were questioning last year, where's Kansas City's running game? Where's Kansas City's running game? And then Damian Williams came out of nowhere. That's the same question I have for the Bills. Where are you going to find that running game? I'm not too worried about your passing and your defense as much, although I do have some questions. I'm worried about that running game, because you saw in that Super Bowl, Damian Williams became a factor late in the game.
Yeah, the Bills are that. I think that's the one piece that they're missing. That's why I don't see them going there. I feel like, you're in the AFC, you got the Steelers, you got the Chiefs. I mean, you got some tough teams that you need to beat in order to get in. And I just, I love Josh Allen. Don't get me wrong. I love him, but like, it's just you still see some of the dumb plays every now and then creep in.
No, you're right. I just don't believe. I don't believe in this. Like, I don't believe that the teams that we see right now, and trust me, the teams that get into the playoffs are going to be well deserved. But I don't think they're the top teams in the league. I just feel like everybody is there's a lot more parity than we're led to believe. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot. The teams at the top are a lot closer than we're led to think, regardless of record. I just think that the Buffalo Bills might make a run, man. I have a weird feeling that it's going to be them and the Rams at the end. I'm not going to give a winner, but it's just it's my gut.
Yeah, hey, I mean, it could happen. I mean, let's just be honest. Kansas City or Pittsburgh is literally one injury away from probably not make. I mean, they may make the playoffs, but they're not going to do anything. Yeah, could you get a backup in for Mahomes? That's gonna affect them big time. Ben still has a sore knee. He's still going to go tomorrow, but we all know about Ben. You sneeze on him and he's out for the season. So, yeah, I mean, those things could come into play big time. And like, you can see one of these teams that are, flying high right now, and spend some time in the basement.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, we're going to go ahead and get back to things. That's going to do it for us here today on the Basement Monsters Game Day podcast. I'm exhausted. I'm going to go smoke some weed and chill out and finish this game. Hopefully hopefully it ends well, because I mean the first half was surprising in a good way. In a good way. I'm sure Chiefs fans are like, hey, no fucking way. We want 30 points at the half and to walk away with this thing. But you're in a dogfight. You're gonna have to win these. You're gonna have to win these games, in order to make a deep playoff run. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. I'm Ivan Vargas. That's Luke Nettles. This has been the Basement Monsters podcast on Sports Zone Chicago.
Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.
Hold on to your butts.